Now, I thought that was interesting. I read that the other day. I thought that was quite interesting. Find out the difference between...
Oh, I bothered. Literally.
That was good. That was good. The people would love that.
I don't know why you wanna treat me this way.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the reason we're here today... No, you don't make a speech like that, do you? No, we do. You make like a closing and... Do you make an opening speech in a court?
You often do, yeah.
No, in a court.
In a court?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Do you
it.
do like an opening
This is
speech?
the Bromantic court. You can fucking go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're gathered here today because Orion touched some kids.
Let's not start like that. Let's... Maybe a different case.
We're not addressing that just yet.
No.
Ryan stole gummy bears from a small woodland child.
I still don't like where that's going. I'm still not comfortable with that.
Okay.
Can it just not involve a child?
We only deal with child cases. You know, like special victims units about being touched and stuff.
Yeah.
We're just about kids.
Okay.
Any crime against children.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Any crime. It can be light crime. Beat up a kid.
I don't want to do that either. I don't want to beat up children.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're gathered here today for the crime of Ryan stealing a lollipop unknowingly from a young child that he thought were just a free lollipop. But because woodland children are brown like tree trunks...
Oh, guys, I'm happy
No,
again.
that's not what I meant. That is not what I meant. No.
I'm not happy again. I am now displeased with the crime.
That is not...
I was okay. I was okay.
That's not what I
But
meant.
now...
I meant...
But, yep.
I was talking actual... Bastard.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Ryan.
I'm Gaz.
And this is
Romantic. That's not
After
gone well.
that is...
So I just want to, for clarification, everyone. What I was thinking, have you ever played Legend of Zelda, like the Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
You know the little woodland things that spit
docus.
balls? Yeah. That's what I was thinking of, like bark. And
Yeah.
then, when you
Yeah,
made
you
it,
were thinking
made it-
bark, were you?
Shut up. With a child molester and a racist here.
Yeah. No.
You're like, yeah.
No. But, welcome, everyone. We've got a little more of a fun-filled episode today.
Yeah, we got some
Quizzes, some games.
Yeah, quizzes and games ep.
Yeah.
We're light-hearted today. We're full and fancy free.
We're always light-hearted.
No, we're really deep normally.
Oh.
In you. No, I don't feel good about that.
Don't? I feel good about it.
Jeez. We're going to start off this fun-filled episode with a little quiz-a-rooney.
Oh, let's do it.
This quiz is called Which is the Real Saying? I'm going to read you 3 sayings. One is real, the other 2 are fake.
Lovely.
I need you to give me the real saying and what it means.
Nice. You could have just stopped at I need you, but fine.
You know, editor, cut it out and send it to Ryan.
Yes, please. I need you.
Done.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am, yes.
Play along at home. Mm-hmm. See if you beat Ryan.
You won't.
You won't. First one. Don't
True.
grease the goose before it honks. There's no butter in the skimming pan. To have too many irons in the fire.
Too many irons in the fire is the true one.
Okay, what does it mean?
It means that sometimes in life there's too much fire. And if you put too much of iron in it, it douses the flames. Therefore, you're not getting enough flame.
I don't know how we're
Because
going to
you've
work
got-
points on this.
There's no points. We're just having fun.
Shit.
We're just lollygagging.
Okay. Oh, we're lollygagging.
We're just having a good
This is not
time.
competition.
No, we're just chilling, aren't we? We're having fun. We've got an audience
Someone at
of about
home
8
keep
people.
track. Who's definitely going to watch? Harper,
Yeah.
keep track. I want you to write in the comments what the score was.
Yeah. Thank you, Harper.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
you are correct.
yeah,
too many
yeah.
irons in the fire. But it means trying to do too many things at once and risking failure at all of them.
That is what I was saying in a fun way.
I know it was.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
that.
Okay, because you put me down as wrong there, but I feel like
you
I
were
was.
wrong.
Oh no! Too many irons douse the flames. Doing
Douse
too
the
much.
flames. Question number 2.
Hit me with it.
If wishes were horses, beggars would ride.
Sorry.
To ride for a fall. When frogs sing, the moon frowns.
One of them is a real saying.
Mm.
Sorry, do you mind repeating them?
Wishes were horses, beggars would ride.
I wish it was that one.
To ride for a fall. When frogs sing, the moon frowns.
It's got to be to ride for a fool. Is it fool, F-A-L-L, or F-O-O-L?
F-A-L-L.
To ride for a fool. That makes the most sense. I don't know what the other fucking two means. I'm going to go to
I
ride
want
for a
it
fool.
to be A.
Oh,
A
so
sounds
badly.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I would love to quote A to someone. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride.
They'd be like, what? But I'll just leave. I'll leave you with that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're so wise.
So you are correct. It is to ride for a fall. And it means to act in a
Sorry,
way.
am I...
You said you didn't know.
Yeah, I'm still going to guess.
Apologies.
God, what
So there's a clue. To act in a way.
I believe it is to act in a way that is putting on a front. To be doing something that you can't actually do, fronting something to ride for a fool.
Okay. Acting in a way that's likely to lead to trouble or failure. Kind of what you're saying.
Yeah,
But I think your intention was different. Like,
yeah,
your intention
I
part
would
of it
agree. I wouldn't say I got that right.
Number 3.
Harper, mark me down as correct. Thanks.
Okay. Everyone switched off after that first little inter thing in the start. Everyone's like, these racist pigs. Oh, God.
No one's watching anymore. But some people are more in tune as well. So.
Yeah. We've garnered a whole new audience.
Yeah.
I imagine one of you's called Clint. Can you take score? Number 3.
Yep.
A silent drum calls no feast. A broom sweeps best on Sundays. To throw your cap over the windmill.
They all sound as silly as the next. I could believe it to be any of those. Could you repeat them for me, please?
Of course. A silent drum calls no feast. A broom sweeps best on Sundays. To throw your cap over the windmill.
I just can't work out what they would mean. I'm going to have to go with a silent drum calls no feast.
Okay. What does it mean?
Was it right?
What does it mean?
Well, I've got to get that bit as well. Because it's pointless. If it's not right, what am I going to say what it means?
Because I find it interesting what you think it means.
A silent drum calls no feast. Essentially, is not standing up and saying what you think about something.
Okay.
So, how can you possibly have any opinion on something if you're not going to say something about it?
Okay, you went in a different direction to where I would have gone with that. It's wrong.
Where would you have gone?
I would have said a silent drum calls no feast would mean kind of, if you don't say anything, you won't get a result.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I think
how are you expecting a feast if you remain silent?
that's fair. Yeah.
But it's wrong. The correct one is to throw your cap over the windmill. And that means to act recklessly or to take a bold, foolish risk.
I want you to know that I was never going to guess that's what that meant.
I also would not call throwing your cap over a windmill a foolish risk.
No.
So,
Did you just... you fool.
not your cap.
Over the windmill.
Back in the day. They were wild.
They were crazy.
Number 4. Roast no goose before the snow falls. Oh, this is easy. To clip someone's wings. To rattle the baker's bell.
To clip someone's...
Oh, okay, yeah.
You shouldn't say that's easy, because there are people at home that won't know.
That's very true, yeah. What does it mean?
To knock someone down a peg or two.
Okay, yeah. Fair. Limit someone's freedom or power is what the definition here is, but you are correct. That's what it means.
I've kind of used another expression to say what that expression means.
I didn't even realise. In the next one, to knock someone down a peg.
It means to clip their wings.
Fantastic. Number... I don't know what number
5.
He's a whisper in the wardrobe. Not worth a tinker's dam. Duller than a rain-drenched turnip.
Oh, come on! It's not any of them.
He is a whisper in the wardrobe. Not worth a tinker's damn. Duller than a rain-drenched turnip.
It's got to be not worth a tinker's damn.
What does it mean?
Well, what I would think that would to mean is tinkerers sort stuff out, and if it goes wrong, they'll get a damn. Well, what I think it means is if you make a mistake, it won't even matter.
Okay. You're correct in the saying that's right. It is worth tinker's damn. It means of very little value or insignificant.
That's kind of what I meant, but I guess I put it as too personified.
It's not worth a tinker's damn.
Yeah. So. I put it to a person, so like it won't matter. But I guess that's wrong. But I guess it's right. Put it as right.
Just wrong. Thanks, Clint.
Right. Yeah.
A bell never tells its own toll. To cut the Gordian knot. To carve the wind with a spoon.
So was this an easy one?
No.
I was like, what? The fuck are you talking
You've
about?
never heard about cutting the wind with a spoon?
Yeah. The Gordian knot. Sorry, do you mind reading them again? I was waiting for an easy
one. A bell
one.
never tells its own toll. To cut the Gordian knot. To carve the wind with a spoon.
I'm going to go with the first one.
A bell never tells its own toll.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I would self praise is no recommendation. I feel like it's along those lines.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
We should make that saying because it's wrong, but it fits. A bell never tells its own toll. That's Don't sing praise about yourself. I'm so cocky.
Yeah.
A bell never tells its own toll, young man.
Yeah. So I mean that
Well, it does sound good.
It's wrong. But
It is wrong, yes. It's to cut the Gordian knot, which means to solve a complex problem with a bold, decisive action.
Yes.
Imagine a Gordian knot is like a puzzle of some, or a
It was
tight
Alexander the Great. They had a knot. I think it was Alexander the Great. And the thing is whoever can untie this knot will be revered as some sort of hero. I can't remember the exact story. And no one could do it. And then he went over with a sword and just cut it.
Well, there you go. You should have known that then.
Off the top of my head, I
was
couldn't
called
remember it was called the Gordian knot.
Yeah,
But now
fair.
we've done it. I can remember.
Well,
Sorry.
there you go. We've got the origin. So,
Yes.
more than you ever thought you'd get.
Yes, exactly. Look at that. We're learning as well. For all the fun, we're learning.
A fox.
I just want you to know as well, that might not be Alexander the Great. No, there's a lot of that story that
Someone at
needs
home's
checking.
like, that was Cleopatra. What are you talking about?
Literally, there's a lot of that story that could be wrong. So.
A fox never blinks at moonlight.
God, these are great.
A kettle never remembers the boil. To send someone to Coventry.
They're all great. Annoyingly, the last one seems just boring enough that it could do that. But
What does it mean?
it's one of the first two, but the first two also. To send someone to Coventry. I don't know where you'd use that. How would you use that? Go, I'll send you to Coventry. All right.
Oh, that's nice. Where do you need me to get something? Or-
Then again, when was the first one?
A fox never blinks at moonlight.
When was you? Ah, yes.
But a fox never blinks at moonlight.
But the second one, the kettle never remembers its own boil.
Never remembers the boil, yeah.
That one is the only one I can make some sense of. So I'm gonna go number 2. I don't think it is number 2. But it's the only one I can think of an expression for.
What does it mean?
I think it would... people don't remember their own bad deeds. They only remember other people's.
Okay.
That's what I'm
I, once again, have agreed with you on what I thought was the correct answer.
Yeah.
Would have been a kettle never remembers its own boil. But I almost went the other way.
Okay.
As like, you never remember all the good you've done.
Okay.
The kettle never remembers its own boil. Don't be too hard on yourself. A kettle never remembers its own boil.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Never remembers the boil.
Yeah.
I almost got that wrong saying that without reading it. It's mental, isn't it? But it is, unfortunately, the boring to send someone to Coventry.
Can I guess that there used to be like a barracks or an army base in Coventry? So if a kid or child was misbehaving, so I'm going to send you to Coventry.
That is not.
Oh, okay.
It's even more obscure. It means, you would never have guessed it.
Okay.
It means to deliberately ignore someone or to ostracise them.
Oh.
Maybe
Is
Austin
that-
Coventry wasn't a nice place.
Yeah, wasn't that where a lot of children got sent?
How do you know the origins but not the same?
Wait, you know, like,
How are you getting all the origins? Of course, because back in the 60s,
no, you know,
Coventry was a place children were sent when they were ignored.
You know, during the Blitz and all that, they were
sent to, like,
evacuated
Wales.
to Coventry. Well, to Wales, but Coventry as well, places like that.
What, that means to ignore them?
It's just been sent away, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't think that's
That
correct.
that might not be correct. I'm saying that might be.
When the hedgehog sneezes, winter weeps.
It's not right. It's not one. That one. Hey, that's not it.
The door knows the knock of deceit.
Oh, okay.
To be hoist with one's own petard.
Oh no, I don't know what the word means. No, I'm going to have to go number 2. Could you read it again, please?
The door... All three or just number two?
Just number 2, please.
The door knows the knock of deceit.
For one, that's glorious. And I
Sounds-
wish I could use that.
We could create these into sayings, because I've already got a definition for that. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
The door knows the knock of deceit.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I would say almost like a fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you type of thing.
Yeah. Once bitten, twice shy.
Oh, I like it. God, look at all these sayings.
The correct one is unfortunately to be hoist with one's own petard.
Well, sadly, we don't know what petard means.
No,
So.
but it means to be harmed by one's own plan or device, especially something meant to hurt others. I have been harmed by my own... Oh. I have been hoisted by my own petard.
Some sort of catapult, I imagine.
Yeah. You know what petard is. Yes.
Well, it could be, easily.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
It could become a kind of frog.
But you wouldn't be hoisted by a frog.
If it's your own frog.
No, you wouldn't. At least why it made sense.
You don't know. To wet the wind with one's whisper.
Oh, I hope it's that already. Oh, I hope it's that.
Don't read the others. That's the one. To look through a glass darkly. To bathe the moon in vinegar.
I would say number 2, but the wording of that's shit.
To look through a glass darkly.
Yeah. I don't like that.
To bathe the moon in vinegar.
Though,
To wet the wind with one's whisper.
there's a lot of words going on there and I like it.
Wind with one's whisper.
No, I don't think it is that. I think it's going to be vinegar on the moon.
Okay. What does that mean?
I hope it's not number 2.
To bathe the moon in vinegar.
Yeah. And I think it's to be sour or bitter about something.
Okay. You would be bathing the moon in vinegar. No.
What is it?
It is to look through a glass
Oh, that's
darkly.
So rubbish. That's not an expression.
And essentially just means exactly what it is. To perceive
Yeah.
something imperfectly or unclearly.
Don't
I suppose
like
it's
that.
similar to looking through rose-tinted glasses. Like the opposite.
Yeah. Oh, well, I heard a good expression about the looking through rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah.
And it's all the red flags don't look red,
Yeah.
which I've quite liked. It was definitely worded better than that, though. Something like
I
that.
know what you mean.
Yeah. Changes the colour of them to more of a pink.
But roses really smell like poo.
What's that?
Looking through rose-tinted glasses. But roses smell like poo.
Do they?
Never heard the Outcast song? Roses really smell like poo.
Oh, is that what they actually sing?
No. I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but get a little bit closer, saying roses really smell like poo.
Oh, no, I didn't know that, yeah. That's quite cool.
Someone's going to go, that's not the lyrics.
Yeah, definitely.
Better a wet feather than a dry promise.
I don't know what that means.
A nod is as good as a wink to a blind horse.
I love that. Oh, I love that.
A candle lit at both ends bakes no bread.
No, not that one. I'm going to go with... What was number 1?
A better a wet feather than a dry promise.
God, I fucking love that as well. Better a wet feather than a dry promise.
A nod is as good as a wink to a blind horse.
We all know what that means. The meaning to that is clear. But is it an expression? Because I'm locking it
Do
in.
you know what that means?
Number 2, I'm going with.
Well, a nod is as good as a wink to a blind horse.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
That I think if you're going to do an action, it doesn't really matter what the action is to someone who's going to have no impact on.
Okay. You're correct. And yeah, I would say your meaning is correct as well. So, nod is as good as a wink to a blind horse is the correct saying, and it means that a subtle hint is pointless if the person won't understand it.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
I probably would have said better wet feather than a dry promise, and I wouldn't have really known
Well, that's why I couldn't go for it though. I would have.
where
I'd
the feather
love
and
to have
promise
heard.
link. Like,
Yeah, I know. That's. I mean,
better a wet feather than a dry promise. Sorry.
what's the? Then again, you could go with the Forrest Gump with the feather.
I don't know if Forrest Gump well enough.
The whole story's based on the feather. Okay.
I've never watched Forrest Gump.
Oh my fucking god! You've never watched Forrest Gump?
Oh, this might get you.
Nothing
A basket of stars won't catch a rabbit. Mice don't mourn the cat's wedding.
Oh my god! Right.
To ride the high horse.
Is that last one how you word that expression? I mean, you get down from your high horse, don't you? Oh, look at you riding your high horse. To ride the high horse? Take the high road? I think they've mixed two together, don't they? Can I hear the first two?
A basket of stars won't catch a rabbit.
It can't be that.
Mice don't mourn the cat's wedding.
I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Mice don't mourn the cat's wedding. What the fuck does that mean? Mice don't mourn the cat's wedding. What's really annoying is I'm trying to get a visual representation in my head of and all I'm picturing is mice crying at a cat's wedding. And I'm like, well, it ain't that,
They
is
don't
it?
do that.
Yeah.
They don't mourn the cat's wedding.
Mice don't mourn. Mourn is what's throwing me off here. Why would you ever mourn a wedding? Right, I'm going to say it means that you're not happy for somebody else's success, which is wrong. And it's probably
success,
number
though?
one.
Specifically.
Like your boss or...
Maybe your enemies.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
It's wrong. To ride the high horse, which is, you literally did exactly what I thought. When I said I thought this would catch you out, because I read to ride the high horse, and I was like, I don't think that's the saying.
No.
It's get off your high horse.
Yeah.
But I suppose
Or take the high road,
if you look at it just on its own, it's to act superior or self-righteous. So if you're riding the high horse, because get down off your high horse means stop acting superior.
I
doesn't
just
it?
don't think it's an expression.
No. But it is. The lark sings the loudest when alone.
I like that. That's good.
A daisy chained is a promise broken.
Whoa. Ooh.
To be in Queer Street.
All good options. All good options. May I have number one again, please?
The lark sings loudest when alone. The daisy chained is a promise broken. To be in Queer Street.
Daisy chained is a promise broken. I'm going to go the lark sings loudest when alone, just because I love it. Lots of elves. And I imagine it's to do with almost like keyboard warrior type stuff.
Oh, yes.
Like behind the scenes, and then
When
the
you're on
person
your own,
shows
you're a
up.
big boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, but it's wrong.
I thought it might be,
But I was, you're on the same wavelength. I was like, yeah, he fucking does that lot. It is to be in Queer Street.
Yeah, I
Now,
thought it might
oddly, Queer Street is a name of a street
yes.
in this saying because they're both capitals. So it's to be in financial difficulty. So I'm wondering if historically there was a street called Queer Street and it was where poor people lived.
That'd be a shame. Or maybe.
Because I was thinking Strange Street. Don't say it.
I didn't say anything.
There's a Mickey Rourke over here.
Oh, Bill told me about this.
Yeah. Jojo Siwa getting absolutely slurred for nothing. Where you go?
From what I hear, it's from what
Have you watched the video?
no. From what my brother was saying, is it's kind of like banter, like old school banter. Like Mickey Rourke is an older man having some banter,
Okay.
and it being in a woke era and being poorly received.
So the comment itself, I could possibly see. Yes, I can see the joke side of it. If they were it's a joke you'd make someone you were very close with.
Okay.
So I've got gay friends. I may make that joke to them.
Yes.
I would never do it to a gay person I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the other issue is his lead up to it was not good. So he had a whole lead up where he was like saying that she was lesbian and, oh, you fancy guys or girls? And she was like, girls. And he's like, oh, I could tell. Like that kind of like attitude of you could almost felt like he didn't like gay people when they're talking.
Okay.
The whole attitude up to it. And then he set himself up for that joke for no reason. It's not like it was an off the cuff. Do you know what the joke was?
No, I don't. I've not seen
Okay,
it.
so he sat on a bench. He'd done this whole chat with her to find out she was a lesbian. Then was talking about eviction night, and he was like, "I'll get the lesbian out." Like just doing these little weird and shit. Jojo literally went, "That's a bit homophobic if that's your actual only reasoning." And he's just like, "Oh, do you know what I mean?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can't discuss evictions." And he's like, "I'll just get the lesbian out." Like, do you know what I mean? That's what he's saying.
Right, fine.
And then that's not the joke.
Oh, right, okay.
Then, as an American, so we know Americans don't use this, he went, "I want a fag," sitting on the smoking bench, and went, "Not talking to you," and pointed at her.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't. He set himself up. It was not a passing comment, and he'd made several kind of.
Okay, that's completely unnecessary.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
That's
oh
completely
Jesus, that's
okay. All right, I get it more now. Okay.
But like I say, if you were in a group with your gay friends and stuff like that, and you
had
went
that level of
and you had
banter.
that level of banter with them, I could kind of see it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gay people doing it to each other. But when you've just been saying, "I'm going to vote the lesbian out," or do you know what I mean? Been blatantly kind of like,
Also, fag is quite the slur.
yeah,
I don't even know if we have to beat that out.
we're talking about cigarettes.
We were, yes.
So that's what he said. It's talking about cigarettes. But no, I mean, everyone was really chilled about it, which was a bit. I think everyone. It got very awkward very quickly. Like everyone in the garden, and one of the guys was going. I recognised from somewhere, but I know where from. But he was kind of going like, "You can't say that. Like you shouldn't say stuff like that." And then kind of looking around the garden, everyone was kind of looking at each other. And then he just was like, "Yeah, you definitely can't say stuff like that." Like, and he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I was talking about cigarette, blah blah." And then he got up and walked in, and everyone just went. Do you know what I mean?
He'll be gone soon.
Yeah. Big Brother immediately called him to the diary room.
Yeah, I
Do you know what I mean?
bet his PR team were going, "Get him in here now."
Big Brother, come to the diary room immediately. I just chewed him out.
I bet
Like,
they
you
did.
were told the rules, you were this, that, and the
Yeah.
other. People are calling for him to be kicked and all that. I mean, I think someone's getting get rid of soon, so whether he'll be
I
gone
think you
or
should kick people for stuff like that.
not. I think it's... it depends entirely in the spirit of it. So
That's
if
what I
he's,
mean,
if
it's
he's
not-
initially being disrespectful for the... I would be like, you get him out. Like,
Yeah,
he's just being a prick. If you believe that he just didn't know better, which I just... If you watch it, have a watch of it and tell me what you think lead-up wise and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I believe, like, with the lead-up and stuff, he knew what he was doing.
My thing is as well, like, and I don't know if people are going to agree with this or not. Let him make a fool of himself.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
don't kick him out.
No, yeah.
Let him destroy his career.
I mean, he's got no career. He's Mickey Rourke. He's got no career left. He's not acting anything. He's not being called for anything.
He's in Big Brother.
Yeah.
That's how downhill it's gone.
Yeah. Also, the fact that JoJo Siwa's in Big Brother is mental.
I don't know who that is.
JoJo. So she was first made famous from, them awful shows about kids that do like pageants and that, pageant children, and that the coaches are really strict with them and all that lot.
Right.
She was a pageant child.
Like Honey Boo Boo Child.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
So she was a pageant child, but she was like famous on that show. And as she got older, she like became this whole brand for young like teen girls and stuff. Very colourful, very like hyper, and yeah, it's JoJo, blah blah. You know what I mean? Like a My Little Pony-ish kind of. Always had a bow in her hair and all that kind of thing.
No idea.
And then she's recently become famous because she's trying to switch her ego essentially to like a bad girl kind of vibe. Released a really catchy song called Karma. I'm not going to sing it, but it did get stuck in my head when I first heard it.
I'm not going to know it.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I think she's a big name in the LGBTQ plus community.
Yep.
I wasn't going to guess the rest of the letters. But yeah, so it's a bit crazy, but she's American. Very American.
No, right, yeah.
I don't know how she's got into the UK Big Brother.
Yeah.
But Jesus. Anyway.
Stop.
He who herds worms forgets the fox. A poet's spoon stirs no broth. To sell a pup.
Is that it? I love the first one.
He who herds worms forgets the fox.
Yes. So I think what that means as well. Herding worms is a terrible expression, which is why I don't think it's this one. It's probably just to sell a pup. But I think what it means is you're so busy herding worms to catch the bird, you forget that the fox is trying to catch the bird as well. So
Okay. Tis not.
yeah, of course it
Tis to sell a pup.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And which is to deceive someone by selling them something worthless.
Puppies aren't worthless, they're worth fortunes.
No, they are worthless.
Right, maybe physically to you, but financially you can sell a pup for a lot of money.
Last one.
Ah,
To stick in one's craw.
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 Okay.
To dance with nettles. To balance thunder in a bell jar.
Mate, there's some big contenders for the last one there. To balance thunder in a bell jar. Oh, oh. To balance thunder in a bell jar. What would you be doing for that, though? Where would you use that exactly? So I'm going to go with to dance with nettles. Because I don't know when you would ever have something happening in your life where you would go...
To balance thunder in a bell
to
jar.
balance thunder in a bell jar.
To try and contain something massive in like a small...
But why a bell jar?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Because it's
exactly.
small?
Are they?
What is a bell jar? Isn't it just a glass jar?
I thought it was one of the ones that you put on top of...
Oh. Yeah, that would be to catch something big with something small.
To balance thunder, though, in a bell. Maybe I'm wrong with what a bell jar is.
Yeah. I mean, it's wrong anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're arguing a fake saying. No, what it could mean. Potentially. You went to dance with nettles.
Yes,
What?
and I believe careful who you socialise with because you might get stung.
Very good. It's wrong. It's to stick in one's craw.
Right, I don't know what a craw is,
No.
other than a noise that crabs make. Craw! So, that's like Zoidberg off Futurama crabs. Not,
Sure.
Yeah.
Not real crabs.
No.
Yeah. To be obviously, when you say crabs, the first thing you think of.
Is Zoidberg.
It's to cause lasting resentment or annoyance.
Stick your finger in a craw.
So maybe a craw is... What is a craw? Let's find out what a craw is. It's just a slang term meaning to cause resentment or anger. What have you been doing this week? Good stuff.
Just fucking...
I don't know if any of you have noticed that our Ryan's getting a little more buff. Is anyone noticing this?
Stop.
He's looking a little more sexy, a little more buff every day.
Stop.
Every time I come here, every week after week, I'm like, Jesus, look at him.
I'm wearing tighter and tighter t-shirts. That's it.
It's working. It's working. His t-shirts get tighter and my erection gets larger.
I shall be
larger?
wearing skin tight.
And I shan't be standing. No. What have you been doing?
Well, I've been recently starting training because I've started doing online PT again.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel a bit of a crook. Being heavily out of shape. Telling people how to get in shape.
Fair enough.
So I've decided to get in... I'm not looking to get in great shape. but a shape that's somewhat decent.
That's fair.
I'm only literally training. I haven't trained all this week, but half hour to 45 minutes an evening.
That's good.
Like, just doing something.
Better than nothing, isn't
That's
it?
what I mean, yeah. Like, I'll tell you what I'm doing. Hell, sod it. So, I believe in when you used to train and you get back into training, I do what I call the 10 reps, 10 kilos every week. So, I started off doing, for example, let's just do bench press. 60 kilos, 10 reps till failure. And so that might be, let's call it 8 sets. And then that's my bench done. Next week, I'll do 70 kilos, 10 reps. Might be however many sets. And that way I can build up the weight, doing a safe amount of reps, working up my sets, building my strength and my stamina and my endurance safely. But it's when people get into it too quickly, which is what I've been guilty of before when getting back into training, and then I slightly injure myself or not enjoying it as much because a lightweight feels so heavy too soon and stuff like that. So that's a little free tip for everyone, yeah. But so just been doing that really. Nothing too strenuous. You've been training as well, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I train occasionally when Elijah
You dabble.
does his things. Do the odd bits and pieces. I haven't been MMA or anything for a long time, which
Why?
is a bit annoying. I got very ill for a little while, and obviously I'm not going to go in the gym when I'm not well because
fair. You're not
sweating and doing whatever.
Yeah.
Then work got mental busy, so I didn't have a chance. Last week I didn't really have an excuse. Oh no, I did. My car. So I was planning to go last week. Then I need to set MOT my car.
Oh, yeah, I remember, yeah.
And so I rung them and I was like, "Oh, when have you?" And they were like, "At 9:45." I was like, "Great!" Right in the middle of the lesson. That's what it is. But look, I'm going to try. This week I didn't have an excuse. I could have gone this morning. I didn't.
That's fair. Sometimes that's
I
fine.
just forgot, to be honest. But I will try and go this week. So I do want to get back into it.
Yes.
I've been trying to run when I can get up in the mornings, which isn't often, but it's better than nothing when I do go.
Yep.
And then when Elijah trains, which I go to every week, I do. So I at least get 2 sessions in a week.
That's good. To be honest with you, I say anything, if you're getting started, 2+. And then slowly incorporate more in as you go. I don't think it's required. These people who are like, start 4 or 5 times a week straight away. It's a bit fucking heavy.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
that's
And
what I
just doing a bit of strength stuff.
Get your body
and
used to it
whatnot
as well and stuff. Like, don't go too ham.
But it is surprising how quickly the strength goes up.
Oh, yeah. It is,
which is great. So
especially with muscle memory and things like that.
yeah, so I'm happy with where strength's at currently. For as I say, going twice a week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm now a retired footballer as well. So that's my fitness completely gone.
Yeah,
That's all I did to stay in any kind of shape. And I'm done. So that's my other sort of why
How
I
are you
want to be
feeling
doing
about that?
something.
You feel sad? Does it make you actually sad? Like, and this is a genuine question. I'm not going to say the bits.
Yes.
It makes you genuinely sad.
So my team, which I love dearly, I will say,
Right.
we've won the league.
Okay.
And it's the first time they've won the league, blah, blah, blah. We've done really well this season. And I feel like such a cop-out to leave now.
So were you with them when they won?
Yeah.
And now you've gone.
That's me done.
Does part of you hope they fail a little bit now?
No, not at all. I wish them the best, definitely. No, I definitely wish them the best.
I know that little competition man inside you's going, hope they fuck it up.
No, I'm hoping I'll be here long enough that I can start the season off with them. Just play a couple of games before I go.
Okay.
Just to help them along.
So you're not retired?
Well, I am. I'm just going to come out.
When you get to
retire.
America, are you going to play American football?
I don't know yet. I'm going to see what's around. What I don't know why. What I really want to do is join a local MMA gym.
Okay.
That's what I really... I don't know if there is one when I'm moving. So, I also don't know what... because football, I know how the leagues work over here.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for me to just join a team, blah, blah, blah.
You can learn very quickly.
But the American football leagues don't work the same over there.
No.
Because obviously there's state-by-state games and stuff like that. So I don't know if you could just join a local team.
Well, I imagine you could join like a very, very local team, and then a scout would probably pick. I think there's like probably like town teams, and then there's going to be state teams, and then there's going to be this, and there's going to be. Do you know what I mean? Like
But it's so much more spread out there. That's why I'm like not that
But
sure.
I also think the problem is a lot of people are taken from college, aren't they? Like young, and just.
Well, I was saying this. I might join a local college just to play American football.
Really? Would you do that?
I would just do like a little course. I don't know how much the courses are.
Yeah.
But like, I want to do PT over there. So I'm thinking about doing like a sports something college thing, joining the football team, and then seeing if I can anyway or whatever.
That'd be so difficult to keep up because kids train their whole lives for that shit over there.
I'm hoping. I don't want to be the A team.
Yeah.
Like, if they've got a D team, I'll join that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do want to do some sort of sport, even if it's baseball.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't be a baseball guy.
I just say if that's all I've got, I'd rather do
Don't
that
do it.
than nothing.
Start a cricket team.
Start a cricket team. That's even worse. I think why I do want to go like that. So do MMA or boxing or something like that. If that is available while I'm there, I think that'd be good fun to do as well.
Do some wrestling. I'm a big fan of wrestling now. Big fan.
I would love to do something like that there, but it's all about obviously like time and
Yeah, of course.
all that. I'm really looking forward to just building shit out there on the land.
Being man of the woods.
Yes. So
Building your own gym.
that's what I mean. I can't wait for that. I can't wait.
I look forward to seeing you in your own gym built
Yeah.
by hand.
Yeah. It's all just wooden shit.
Yeah.
I can't lift anything in there.
So fucking heavy.
Yeah.
You've like really overdone it.
Yeah. Well, can you lift that log? No, but didn't it look good?
I had to build around the log because the gym was originally meant to be over there, but this was so heavy.
Yeah. This is where it is now. But yeah, no. Atlas jumped for the first time today.
Oh,
Yeah.
a skill you never think you've had to learn,
No.
but you do.
But after... So I'll give everyone a little quick rundown of Atlas. Atlas can't be bothered to learn anything. Now, I know that you're thinking, surely he can. He can't. So someone's seen him and said, doesn't really want to do anything. He's okay, just chilling. So we've come to accept that. So he's not really bothered about learning anything. So I've been teaching him to jump. Been trampolining 6 or 7 times. We've obviously just in the house at the weekends. I get stuff out and I jump and I'm like, "You want to do this? You want to jump with me?" Blah blah blah. Never jumped. But today in the garden, I was blowing bubbles. And Atlas jumped. And I was like, "You fucking little." So you do know what I'm doing. You just don't want to do it. Because you've just done it, you little shit. So you do...
Thank you for nothing.
Yeah. When I teach him a game, if he likes the game, he learns it immediately.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I know you can learn things. You're just choosing not to. There's this stupid game we play where when he it's got all colours on it. And when he pushes the colours down, I say the colour loudly or quietly, and then I get louder. So he knows as he gets to the end, I'm going to get him. So he leaves like a finger on the last button and starts to walk away. And then like pushes it down quick. And then I'll have to grab him. So he knows the game. Like, but if you don't want to do it, you just won't do it. That's what he's like with things. I know he's not stupid.
Yeah.
But my God, you could be fooled.
He's stupid when he wants to be.
Yeah, like we was in the play area a little while ago now, and I could not teach him how to climb this bit of rope. Like I thought it was very simple. We'll do this quick. He didn't even want to look at it. Yeah, I thought whatever. Went there about a week ago. Just climbed straight away. I was like, you did see. You was watching. You just didn't want to do it because I was showing you. It's such a shit thing to do.
You make me feel like a failure.
Literally. That's how I feel.
And now you do it in front of my eyes.
To mock me. That's what I'm going to do. Next time we go trampolining, I'm going to send him out.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go.
Yeah. Just be like, good, have fun.
Yeah.
He'll be like, dum,
Yeah.
just absolute star.
I wouldn't be mad at all.
No, 100%. Why would you be?
I'll be like, well done. But I might go trampolining tomorrow morning and I'm going to see if he'll fucking
Please
jump.
tell me. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, mate, I'm going to be furious.
Don't even encourage it.
No, I'm not. Well, I will. If we're half hour in, he's not jumped. I'll be like, come on. You showed me this yesterday.
It's a waste of money.
Yeah. No, I mean, we have good fun. But Yeah, no. So that's what's happening in the life of Atlas at the minute.
Fair.
Is
I've been to see the Minecraft movie today.
was it good?
No.
Oh, really?
So, it's a good kids' film.
okay.
Kids will enjoy it. As an adult,
Nah.
it's like watching a kids' film with kids. So it's like they've definitely put stuff in there to try and like appeal to adults in terms of like, like little bits of humour that adults will understand.
Yeah.
And, this is quite fun. There's a bit of slapstick in there. And, do you know what I mean? Things that kids won't necessarily find funny, but adults will be like, oh, cool.
Have you seen the Mario movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it along that line or?
Not as good.
Okay.
I quite enjoy the Mario movie.
I fucking love the Mario movie.
Yeah.
But that's why I was wondering if it's...
No, it's not as... It's very much a kids' film.
Okay.
And very...
Trying to get the level of kids film, that's all.
Yeah, it's very Minecraft related. Do you know what I mean? So unless you...
You've shocked me.
No, as in... So they haven't just tried to make a... They haven't just tried to make a story
Yeah.
out of... Based in like a Minecraft world.
Mm-hmm.
It's like... It's got little innuendos of Minecraft... And little bits of Minecraft things
I
slung
have seen
in there.
bits
and,
of like little
Yeah,
clips of that.
So it's like, oh, right, okay. And then they've randomly Stifler's mum's in it for some reason. That's like that. So that's part of the kind of kids wouldn't get it, but adults would.
Ah,
Like
yeah.
Stifler's mum from American Pie, she's in it, and like the kid goes, she's like the head teacher of the school, and she makes like these weird jokes and starts telling her whole life story to the kid.
yeah.
Whereas a kid would just be like, oh, they're just talking. Whereas an adult's like, okay, so she's oversharing about her divorce and this, that, and the other
Yeah,
with a child.
yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But she also just acts like Stifler's mum.
Like she does in everything she's in. Yeah.
So yeah. And then, I don't know if you know what a villager is from Minecraft. How much have you played Minecraft?
No.
Have you? Because I've played Minecraft a lot.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so a villager escapes into the real world.
Yeah.
And she essentially goes on a date with this villager and doesn't realise it's a person. Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of... But yeah, it's a shit film. It's really shit.
Oh, so I won't watch it then.
I mean, not unless unless you're curious about the Minecraft thing, you're not going to gain anything from it.
Okay, no, I won't watch it. I won't waste my time.
Jack Black, it's definitely a Jack Black film. I wouldn't say it's a Jason Momoa film. It's surprising the way he acts in it. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Talking of good movies, or movies in general, I've been watching greatest monologues from movies on YouTube.
Okay.
Just while I'm working. Sometimes
Yeah.
I want to listen to music, and I just stick that on.
Okay.
I tell you what, it's reminded me of some great movies that I want
Yeah.
to watch again. Yeah. So, Good Will Hunting is one of my favourite films of all time. I love that movie. You've not seen it, have you? You suck. You son of a
That's
bitch.
got the two that are like best pals, isn't it?
Ben Affleck and
Yeah.
Matt Damon
Yeah.
and Robin Williams.
Okay.
And there's a speech
film?
in that. Oh, it's a good film. It's a good film. Great.
Okay. I might watch it.
One of my favourites.
Okay.
I would really appreciate if you would watch it. Some good moments in it. And Hacksaw Ridge,
Yeah.
there's a scene in that. And I was like, God. And I'm talking about underrated actors. Vince Vaughn's in it.
Okay. Yeah. I am a big fan of Vince Vaughn.
Right. I'm a huge fan of Vince Vaughn as well. But he's in nothing.
I know. And he can act very well.
Yeah.
Like both. He's in almost in piss take movies. Isn't
Yeah,
he?
he
For some
is.
reason.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like,
He's
got
kind of in
such
that
a
Owen
range.
Wilson kind of.
yes, exactly that.
But I think he's
Exactly.
much better actor.
So my first thing with Vince Vaughn, seeing who's like proper, was in The Breakup,
Yeah.
and I'm like, fantastic.
Yeah,
like,
so good, isn't it?
Like really
Believable.
realistic. Yeah,
Yeah.
like really great actor.
And in Hacksaw, you've seen Hacksaw Ridge, yeah? Fuck me.
I've no idea what that is.
You don't know what Hacksaw Ridge is?
Never. I've not even heard of it.
Oh my god. You know the guy that I can't think of his first name, but something Garfield, he plays Spider-Man?
Andrew.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
He is the main guy in it. And it's based on a true story of a medic that refused to carry a gun during World War II.
I've seen bits of it.
Right. It's well worth a watch.
Yeah, I think I've seen bits of it.
Well worth it.
Okay.
And then on that note, I've been watching The Last of Us,
Yep.
and it's an amazing series.
It's good.
Yeah.
It is good. It's not my favourite.
What's your favourite then?
My favourite series ever.
Yeah.
God, It's difficult. I watch a lot of series. I've got a lot of ones that my thing with a good series is if I'm keen to watch again, like if I'm like, I need to see the next episode, that's how I like it. So Lost was very much like that for me.
I couldn't get past season 1.
Really? I was hooked, like keen to watch the next one, Lost. Breaking Bad
Yeah,
was
that
one
is
that I
my.
was like, I must see the next.
That's my current number 1.
Yeah.
But The Last of Us is.
I wouldn't say Last of Us was one of them. Last of Us was a good watch, but it's not something I was like, oh, I
I'm
must
desperate
see
to watch
the
the next one. That's why I haven't been using the gym.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Last of Us
That's
instead.
mental. What's another really good one? There are loads of ones that I won't remember the names of, but like mini ones I see like Netflix that are like 4 episodes long that are really good.
Okay.
Game of Thrones, loved Game of Thrones. Anyway, I'm just listing things now, but yeah,
You can
I
do
would
that.
say my favourite series of all time. Do you know a really underrated series that I want you to watch?
Go on.
It's Modern Family.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know you
I
want to watch
really
that.
want
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I rate that series so highly. It's so fantastic. Phil Dunphy is an absolute G. It's just a brilliant show. Such a good show.
I've never heard anything bad about it. To be fair.
I just think it's got all dynamics, everything. Like
Yeah.
it's just and it's funny. It's just a funny show.
Okay. At some point, because you told me The Office was great.
Yeah.
And so I watched The Office, and you're right, it was brilliant. I loved it.
You will love Modern Family. You'll see Modern Family from the same angle as I do. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Oh, so I've been
Last of Using.
Yeah, been Last of Using, but really enjoying my monologues lately. I've been watching lots of motivational speeches from the past.
I knew you'd love a motivational. Braveheart kind of.
Yeah, just funny enough, that's never on there. But the man that turns up a lot is Denzel Washington.
Really?
He's done a lot of speeches in movies, apparently.
Really? I'm trying to think of one.
He's always in. It does the "I built this" speech, which is good.
What's that from?
I don't know. I'll just hear it. I'm not even watching it.
My favourite monologue is the Coach Carter one.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
a great
love
one.
that.
Yep, that's on there a lot.
Yep.
Is that our deepest fear is not
Yeah.
that we are inadequate? Yeah,
The
that's
deepest
on
fear
there.
is that we are powerful beyond measure.
I also
It's not I like, but it's not done.
I watch a lot of sad.
Of course you do.
I know. I like to get deep in my feelings.
Yeah.
I often weep at work when I'm working by myself.
God.
There'll be a tear running down my face while I am doing some wiring or something. And
Jesus.
yeah, I like to
Do you
feel.
enjoy sadness?
My entire life have never really understood sadness.
Okay.
So now that I am more in touch with sadness and empathy and all those sorts of things, I think I get a greater understanding in listening to and watching sad things.
Okay. Do you find that kicked in when Atlas was born?
Yes, I feel like the two things that have happened that have really made me have better understanding things is my brother passing and Atlas being born. They're the two things that I would say have triggered the most emotional change in my life.
Right.
So now when I watch things, I watch them from completely different points of view.
Yeah.
It makes me realise what an ignorant, self-centred person I was
Okay.
before my 30s.
Right.
I think a lot of my 20s, I look back on a lot of the way I acted and a lot of the ways I didn't understand things, and I think, wow, that was really unkind.
Shitty.
Yeah. And I think when Atlas gets older, I really want to explain, and I think it's hard because it's very hard to understand an emotion that you've never felt.
Yes.
So I do understand that, but I do think I want to really hone in with him.
I think that's very admirable.
I feel like one of my I know this might sound a bit almost self-righteous, but understanding my wrongs, I think, was quite a big thing for me. I feel like when I was like, yeah, you were shit, that was shit, you shouldn't ever do that again. I feel like that's something that I had to get through.
Yeah. And like getting more in touch with your feelings so that you can explain them or know. You know, a lot of people would remain ignorant and just be like, get rid of your feelings. Like,
Yeah.
I don't mean.
And there are feelings that I push down still, like when they're not
I don't think you can
required.
function in society.
That's what I mean, yeah. But when I've got a minute to feel them, I'm working by myself. I'll listen to some stuff. You know, especially anything that's like parent related or loss related, because they're the two main things for me. Yeah, I will weep.
Fair.
Do you know what gets me? When I do the little breath. I'm like, I've gone too far. I'm too deep.
Oh no. There's people. Scroll,
Someone called me like to like, ask me something, and I had the tear down my face, and I was like, yeah. It's pollen.
How are you feeling?
Pollen, mate.
Jesus. No, I'm exactly the same.
Right.
I also cry.
I don't believe you.
I do. I feel stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's so weird though. Like my whole life, I've never cried, and I would say I cry almost daily now.
Yeah.
And I find it the weirdest thing.
I do find that since having Elijah, obviously I don't think I've had the loss that you've suffered. So I can't relate to that. So I don't think I can relate. And I can't. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah.
But I definitely feel the more emotional, if that's the right word to use, after having Elijah, after we've had Elijah. There are definitely things that I would have laughed and joked about or not really cared about seeing that now most definitely affect me a lot more.
Yeah.
Like whether it makes me more angry, whether it makes me like upset. Do you know what I mean? I've said to you before, like I've watched videos and stuff where I'm like, I'm not even going to send that to you because it's just horrific.
Yeah.
And then you went and found it for some reason. But
No, it just popped up, didn't it?
yeah. Oh, did it pop up?
Yeah, I think I find it. I was like,
worst
oh
thing.
my God, this is it. Oh my God, I'm crying.
It's horrific.
Yeah. But I will say, and I know this is maybe cutting hairs. Splitting hairs, thank you. I wouldn't say it makes you more emotional. I'd say it makes you more in touch with your emotions.
Okay.
Because it's not like you're expressing more emotions all the time, but you're feeling your emotions more.
Yeah, I suppose.
And I know that's, like I say, splitting hairs.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think that is being more emotional. Because before having Elijah, obviously I felt emotion. That's not but I didn't. It was very like nonchalant. I didn't really care.
Yeah.
About a lot. Like there were very few things that I could genuinely be like, I actually care about this, or care if something happens, or care if something goes wrong. Since having Elijah, I feel a lot more. If that makes sense.
Of course it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that's being more emotional.
Maybe a bit of both.
Or is it being more emotional and act? So don't act more.
Well, that's how I take as being more emotional, and yet feeling like being more in touch with your emotions. Because
maybe you're right. Maybe I feel more. Do I act more emotional?
I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe
because I don't think I act emotional still. I wouldn't say I'm an emotional person, but I am very in touch with my emotions.
Okay.
So that's how I feel about myself.
Yeah.
Like, other than crying, which I can't help.
Every day.
But yeah, like people wouldn't know that I'm emotional.
Yeah, if you didn't say it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like people would be like, he seems like the crier. No one would think that. He seems sad. No one would know.
No, I mean, it's absolutely fair.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, more in touch. More, I feel more of my feelings. I don't think I act more emotional. I don't.
Yeah, that's kind of how I view it. Some people might disagree with
I'm
that.
not being like a pansy and crying all the time and stuff.
Real men cry.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what the bitches say. Yeah, no.
Guess said that. 2025.
Jesus. Can't say stuff like that.
I cry with laughter. That's what I just want everyone to know.
Yeah.
I'm actually laughing at their suffering, and that makes me cry with laughter.
And then I cry with sadness because they're suffering.
Yeah, because I'm more in touch.
A little finisher here, just some facts that sound fake, but are completely true.
Come on, let's do it.
I imagine what's going to happen here, and this isn't pre-planned or pre-organised, but what I imagine is going to happen here is I'm going to read loads of facts to Ryan. He's going to tell me he already knows them. So if that does happen, we're still going to finish on it.
Yeah.
I want you to know that I predicted it.
Okay.
I'm going to be like, yeah, that's quite well known. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, and then he'll tell me more facts about that fact.
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe it's just for dumb people. Netflix was founded a year before Google.
Yeah.
The inventor of Pringles can.
Was buried in a Pringle can.
Have you read this already?
No.
The inventor of Match.com.
His wife divorced him because of someone she met on Match.com.
You've got to have read this.
I haven't. How can I memorise a whole thing?
This now looks pre-planned. That's what's happened.
I just love a fact.
High heels were originally invented.
For men.
Fuck my life. Section's now called Facts Ryan Knows.
People probably know this.
If you have $10 in your pocket and no debts,
You're richer than 90% of Americans?
1 in 4 Americans.
No, 25% of Americans.
A typical garden snail
Well, give me a sec. A typical garden snail. No, I got nothing for that.
has 14,000 teeth.
Wow! That's great. That's cool.
And if you'd like a little...
Oh, bloody hell, look at that. That's amazing. If you'd have said 100, I'd have wowed.
Yeah, 14,000 is mental.
Yeah.
Must go all the way down their body. Like,
Must do.
why are you laughing? It must.
Yeah, no, I agree.
14,000.
The wording of it was funny.
Okay. Don't know why, but...
Must go all the way down their body.
How many blimps do you think there are in the entire world?
I think there's not hardly any now. 10?
Okay, you felt like there were 25.
25? Oh.
Say less. Probably 5. No, Ryan. No, there's 25. In fact, this just turned into there's actually more than you think.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. 25, that's not a lot.
The entire state of Wyoming.
Wyoming, the entire state of Wyoming.
You won't guess this if you don't know it.
Oh, really?
Has only 2 escalators.
Oh, that's quite funny.
Hopefully going up and down. That's it. That's it. Those were facts we were going to discuss. But Ryan knew them all.
I didn't know them all.
Oh, 2. You didn't know 2 of them.
3, I didn't know 3.
Isn't that interesting, that Wyoming one?
The snail one was good.
What is the point? What is the point?
That was good.
Oh, yeah, snails have loads of teeth. Let's talk about that.
That's a good.
They must eat lettuce well fast. You fucking arsehole.
I wonder if slugs have got the same teeth. Did you know that all toads are frogs, but not all frogs are
I
toads?
didn't know that.
So you did.
I did.
Now, I thought that was interesting. I read that the other day. I thought that was quite interesting. Find out the difference between...
Oh, I bothered. Literally.
That was good. That was good. The people would love that.
Turned into a game of Finish the Fact.
The people wanted to know that. They're like, wow, that's super interesting. Just because I knew it doesn't mean it's...
Yeah, well, I mean, just fake it next time. Just be like, oh my God, guys, great section you found.
We both know I can't do that. We both know.
It's just like, oh my God, what the fuck is
You
that?
did predict it. Why are you mad?
Yeah, true.
You
true.
predicted it.
No, I predicted you would do worse than what you did. That's what I predicted. I thought you'd just be like, oh, I know that fact. No, you finished the facts. You went one step further.
They wrote themselves.
He thinks I'm that pitiful, does he? He thinks I'll just tell him I know. I'll finish the fucking things.
Just look.
To prove I know.
Now, thank you for those facts.
I'll make sure I remember them for future. The 2 new facts I've learned. One of them's shit, anyway.
What one was shit?
The Wyoming one.
Well, I now know how many blimps there are.
You thought there were less anyway. The cool fact about it was that there's so few there. You thought there were 10.
You just don't hear blimps anymore, do you? So there wouldn't be any left.
Like being, the so-and-so bird's so endangered. How many do you think are left? We're about 100. No, it's actually 100,000, so it's probably less, but cool. Yeah, great.
I hope you enjoyed today's show.
Yeah, thanks for watching. If you've got any cool facts, don't tell Ryan. He knows it. Love you lots. Bye.